is the beginning of day 8. Today's going to be a little different. Stayed at a hostel last night to meet Mrs. Grayson with a resupply. And my knee was bothering me a little bit from the last hard couple of days. So decided to shuttle up the trail about 5 miles and hike back to the hostel. And so that's what we're doing. Got a hiking companion up here. Her name is Sue, and we're just gonna hike the 5 miles back to the hostel. It's supposed to be like 22 degrees tonight, and I'd rather not be sleeping out in 22 degrees. So that's kind of the plan for today. Should be a short one. We're up here. I don't know what point this is, but what a gorgeous view. Up here is where I climbed up over yesterday, and then we can just look out. We didn't have a view at all yesterday, but this valley that Burke's garden in is just crazy. There isn't a clear view because of the trees, but it is just incredibly amazing. Just as far as the eye could see. The other thing we found out is that it's a very remote valley, and it's heavily populated by Amish. Who would have thought? There's a big Amish community here. But it's windy up here, and it's icy cold, and this icy wind is going to continue through the day and into the evening. The lows tonight are supposed to be 22. That's part of the reason I slack packed today, because 22 is on borderline of being comfortable, although I would have been down low, and so it may not have been a problem, but I needed a psychological break. So today's hike is about 5 miles on the AT, which is half a day. And so anyway, it's phenomenally beautiful up here as it's just getting greened up, and you can look out over the valley. Today's hike otherwise has been kind of eventful up and down the ridge without too many views and through some rocks and crags. And I'm going to spin this around, and this is Sue over here, who's been my hiking partner today. She's been nursing a bad ankle and is coming out to test it on 5 miles today with a lighter pack. So it's been good hiking with somebody and have somebody to chat with. Okay, so if you've ever wondered what a hiker hostel bunk room looks like, this one is fairly typical. Some of them have bunk beds, and most of them just have single beds. You all bunk up in a main room. This one, the bathroom is downstairs. You share the bathroom, showers. There's always a laundry, some games, and whatever. So last night, Linda and I stayed in a private room, but tonight, this is my bunk here. And there's about to be a gear explosion again here as I sort through some stuff and get ready for tomorrow. But this is where I'll be spending the night. You're given a fresh pillowcase and a sheet, and then you use your own sleeping bag or quilt to keep you warm in the evening. And then you pack it all up and get on the trail again. So I'm back here after our hike today, and boy, I think I just really needed a lighter day and a break. And so the weather has turned, and it's gotten nice outside, and so I get to get up tomorrow where it's going to be more temperate. Tonight I think they're calling for a low of about 22, which is right on the border of what my sleeping arrangement works with, and it's just a little nervous. And so this way I'll sleep here in a warm room, pack up. They'll take me up to where we hiked south from today, and I'll start off, and the weather is going to be more temperate starting tomorrow. I think the lows are in the upper 30s or low 40s, and it makes me much more comfortable. But I just needed a mental break. My knee was bothering me, and so today the hike was easy. I hiked with a light pack, and so it's been a good break. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And today for me, that was doing a slack pack and doing 5 miles and taking another night here and then venturing out. it would have been hard to face tonight. The hiking today would have been nice because the sun's out, but it's hard to face a cold night, and if you're not sure whether you're going to be warm. I don't like to be cold. I don't mind being chilly and hiking, but I don't like being cold. And being cold in a hammock is no fun. I've done it, so I've been there, done that, and I don't think I need to add that to my resume. The other thing I may do here is go outside and take a few outside pictures here and show you a little bit what the hostel looks like, and then maybe do a wrap up for day 7 and day 8. So I wanted to show you a little of the scenery here around Burke's Garden where we're at. It is just stunning. This is taken from the hostel. I don't know if you can hear the wind noise. It's very windy with a really chilly wind, but there's this Burke's Garden is basically this valley that is totally surrounded by mountains, and you can see the hostel coming into the main house, and then over here you'll see the bunkhouse, and this is kind of the environment we're in. When I walked in last night, came in this way, and we find we get up here, you'll see the hiking bear with some outside tables and green bean, and then also she has a resupply store up here in this little barn where you can buy food and stuff like that for your supper. And so that's kind of the deal. I spent the night here last night, spending it again tonight because it's going to be really blitzing cold outside here. And then if we come inside here, there is basically a community room down here that's like a kitchen. And there's my hiking buddy today, Sue, and a refrigerator and community tables and so forth. Over here are trays for our boots so we don't get the hostel all dirty, and trekking poles. And then I showed you the upstairs bunk room. So that's kind of the deal. I'm going to take some photos out here of Burke's Garden too, and then it'll be on the video this evening. So this is a wrap up for day 8. Just wanted to add a couple other facts kind of about the hostel. The hostel I'm staying at is the Burke's Garden Hiker Hostel. I stayed at a hostel a couple nights ago. I think I like that a little better, a little more privacy, and but these accommodations have been good, and it came at a really good time for me to give me kind of a mental rest. There's so many decisions to make on the trail, and it's hard sometimes when you're exhausted to make good choices. Tonight being here instead of being out in 20-degree weather, I think is a good choice, and just gave my knee a chance to have a little break hiking without a full pack. So tomorrow morning we hit it again, try to nail about an 8 or 10 tomorrow to a campsite, and the weather is better tomorrow. I think the low temps will be at least 15 degrees warmer, which is well within the range that I'm comfortable with. So feels good to get back in the saddle and hit another week. At the end of, so this is the start of week 2. I am starting to notice some body changes, like my hiking ability is better. I have more stamina. It's going to be tested a little, well, not too bad tomorrow. Tomorrow's a little up and down, and then a little climb, and then a little down. So it's mostly down, but I have a full pack with 6 days of food again. So I've got the whole mamoo. This is as heavy as my pack gets, and trying to hike into Parisburg and meet Linda again in about a week. And or if I get there sooner, I'll meet her a little sooner. So I'm really looking forward. I'm taking this 1 week at a time. I'm really looking forward to the time where I really have a noticeable stamina, because it should be no problem for me to be able to knock out 12, 15-mile days once I get going on this thing. I've had a number of through hikers that have been really encouraging. I had one gentleman who was younger than I am, but not the 20-something type, and he just said for him the first 3 weeks were just really, he said, I kept banging out 10s, and
and wondering why it wasn't getting easier. And he said, now that I've got in the swing of it, I'm doing 15, 18 each day, and it's comfortable for me. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that would get me in a better headspace. I'm hiking, and the way I'm doing this flip-flop hike, the hikers that are around me are the people that started in Georgia early and are usually the pace leaders. So I'm getting all the overachieving hikers are coming and passing me. So some days I feel like a traffic pylon, um, but it's all good. So I'm out here and I'm doing it. You can't do this without doing it. So I'm doing it, working through, and I'm looking forward to kind of the week 3-ish when things get easier. And it's also just a huge mental adjustment, making all these decisions. Where do I camp tonight? Where do I get water? How many days to resupply? Where can I resupply? Where do I have access to something that I can resupply? Is there a way I can stretch out the supply I have by stopping in a little store and augmenting it? And I think those things all will get easier. And so when you're tired and exhausted anyway, it makes it hard. So today, being a slack pack, just really kind of gave me a day to mentally refresh. And so I'm thankful and definitely feel it was the right decision. I can also charge up all my devices, get another day with a shower, and then head back into the wild blue yonder. There's some really pretty cool stuff coming up, some falls and kind of things that I'm really going to enjoy seeing. So I'll take some pictures and keep you guys along for the ride.